Every year, the Rent Guidelines Board does a report on rent-stabilized buildings where they determine how much it's going to cost to run these buildings over the next year. They do that because they want to help advise on whether we should increase rents on 1- and 2-year leases, and if so, by how much. Now, when we look at the report this year, which we are going to link to for you, it explains that costs are rising dramatically in this building. The largest cost right now is about 30%, which is New York City taxes. Now, we know that there were some talk about potentially raising real estate taxes by 9.5%. That would definitely create an issue, but even without those increases, the costs like insurance, fuel, which has dramatically spiked, other maintenance costs like labor, all of that stuff is going up. Last year, if you look at the entire increase in cost, it was 5.1%, and it's projected to go up over 4.1% in the next calendar year. Now, with all of that, they take this report and they determine if there should be a rent increase on rent-stabilized and rent-controlled units. Now, we know Mamdani's talked a lot about a 0% increase in his campaign, and he controls a number of seats on the Rent Guidelines Board, and he is obviously going to be pushing for that 0% increase, but do the numbers work? Well, if you were to listen to this report and you were to actually take these numbers seriously, it does seem as though a 0% increase would create a big challenge for these commercial buildings. One more thing to factor in that a lot of times people don't think about is that these commercial buildings have mortgages that adjust after 5 years generally. When you look at more of a residential loan, those are on a 30-year schedule. You don't see a lot of change for mortgage payments when you own your own home, but for commercial buildings, they do fluctuate. And we have seen rising interest rates over the last few years, which has certainly impacted how much it costs to operate these buildings. For 2027, they are expecting an increase in insurance costs of 16.9%. Insurance and administrative costs are expected to rise 4.7% and 4.8% respectively. Maintenance and labor are also expected to go up 4.6% and 3.6%. Now, on the bright side, fuel is expected to actually fall. We know that fuel prices have been so high with what's happening, and there's going to be a decrease also in labor costs, just a slight decrease of 1.7%. After you consider all of this, costs are expected to rise 4.1%. So what does the Rent Guidelines Board suggest we do? Well, they suggest that rent should go up on 1-year leases 3.4% to 4.5%, and on 2-year leases, 4.8% to 8.5% on 2-year leases. Is that going to happen? Very, very unlikely. It's potentially likely we may see a 0% increase, but it's interesting that this report was done. These numbers are out there for everyone to read and see. However, will the city be following this report? We'll have to see. If you'd like to read this interesting document for yourself, we can send it over, comment or DM report, and we'll send you a copy.